Hello everybody, it is the Lawn Gnome and welcome back to another Funko Pop update. I'm hoping that all of you are doing well. Hope that you guys are excited for the fact that we're now officially in the middle of spring. Recently Free Comic Book Day 2025 passed us by. Hope if all of you who went actually had a good time and also contributed to your local comic book stores outside of just getting your free books. So today is going to be a somber video, because I'm not really going to be focusing on anything new that's coming from Funko. I mean, there were definitely some very interesting announcements, and through some of the sources that I follow, there definitely seem to be some interesting things in the works. I think the most exciting thing is the fact that they're going to be making some more Blue's Clues stuff. There's also some rumors of some new Pop Rocks Funko Pops that are coming out very, very soon. But I think probably one of the biggest announcements that Funko made in terms of product is the fact that they've struck a deal with the WNBA, and we're going to be getting some of our very first WNBA Pops, which I think is very exciting. So all of you who want to support your local teams, I heard it's only going to be a wave of 4, but I know that there's going to be some more coming, and I believe there is going to be a New York Liberty member in that group, so I'm very excited about that. But anyway, today is a very unusual video because of the fact that there's so much going on in the world as well as in the world of Funko, and the biggest announcement was the fact that Funko reached out to all of us fans telling us that the prices are going to be going up very, very soon due to what's going on with the tariffs and all of the craziness in the world economy. And I know that there are some sources. One of my most reliable and most beloved places that I've been getting my Funko Pops for years is entertainmentearth.com, and now they've officially raised the prices on their commons to $17 each, and that's not including the shipping costs, and you don't even want to know what the exclusives are going to be priced. And that also means that Funko.com themselves are going to be raising their prices too very, very soon because of the cost that it takes to make the products, but there are still a couple of places where I am able to find Funko Pops for a decent price, like $12.99, which is a little bit hefty compared to what I used to pay for them. There were some times when I was actually finding Funko Pops for under $10, which was amazing, and that was one of the main reasons why I was collecting Funko Pops, because to collect them was not the most expensive thing in the world. But unfortunately, much like everything else going up in price, these are going up in price as well, and the toy market in general is the one that's shaking in their shorts because of massive price increases that are coming, and it's going to be a sad time for children and for adults who like collecting toys. So the other thing is I'm pretty picky and choosy these days. I mean, I always have been, but I'm even more picky and choosy now because just knowing what some of the prices are for some of these products just really makes my stomach churn, seeing how far we've come. I mean, there was a Funko Pop that came out very recently that I definitely was interested in getting. It was a comic cover of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man #1 with a Todd McFarlane-inspired sculpt of Spider-Man, and I found it at my local Target, and then I just said to myself, I'd like to see how much this costs before I just run to the cash register. And I scanned it, and this Funko Pop was $30. And I just said to myself, is it really worth it to spend $30 on this vinyl figure with a gigantic plastic box? And I just looked at the pop, and I looked at the price, and I set it back on the shelf, and I walked away. And that's what I've been doing a lot lately when it comes to non-essential things that I want to spend my money on outside of comic books, because comic books are something that I personally need right now in terms of my own personal entertainment, because I really don't get that many opportunities. I mean, of course, one of the bigger announcements was the new Thunderbolts line that just came out from Funko, and I'm not even going to see that movie in theaters. I just don't have the time, and I had the opportunity to go by myself, and when I saw that the price for one movie ticket, even a matinee showing, was over $15, I said, that's not worth it. So it's a really scary and sad time for people who love their entertainment and people who love their collecting. And I just am saying that if this is going to be where Funko is going in terms of prices, specifically for common pops, then I think that my collecting days with Funko are officially finished. And I'm really sorry to say that the other somber thing that I'm coming to you guys with today is that December 2025 will be my very last Funko Pop update. I just don't have the time to do all the research to see what's coming out from Funko, and I don't really have the time to create and edit videos like these like I used to. I mean, I started making Funko Pop videos back in 2014. That's over 10 years, and over 125 Funko Pop updates later. That's amazing. There were so many things that I was able to do back then that I just don't have the time or the patience for now, especially that my job is very demanding and my family is very demanding, and I've made a lot of personal sacrifices in regards to what I can and cannot do with the free time that I have. So I am going to make sure that by the end of December and the end of 2025 that you will have seen all of my newest Funko Pops that have been added to my collection in 2025. There are still some that are on pre-order, and I know that the latest that the rest of them are going to get here is going to be in June, so fear not, you'll be up to date with everything. But yes, this is going to be another thing that I'm going to be chipping away at with my own personal channel here on YouTube, and it's going to officially be 15 years since I've turned on a camera and started recording my own content. And, you know, at the times that we're in and the age that I'm at, it's just too much for me at this point in time. So I haven't officially come to the decision as to whether or not I'm officially going to turn the lights down on the channel as a whole just yet. That's going to be a decision for another time, but my Funko Pop update decision, that is concrete. This will be my last year, and I want to just say thank you, everybody, for your time and your comments and your enjoyment of discussing Funko Pops, going and taking a look at how my collection has been growing, and even having a couple of really nice conversations with friends about Funko, which I definitely feel will be happening before the year is over as well. So that's all I've got to say today, everybody, and let's take a look at how my collection has been going these days. So today we're only going to be looking at one single pop that I updated in my collection. It's one that's been here for a few months now, but the truth of the matter is there's really nothing that I can really share its space with, because this is a collection that I really don't have a lot of, and it's the video games collection from Funko. I've collected a couple of them throughout the years. I specifically focused on retro video games. I know that I have my Space Invader alien. I have, from one of the New York Comic Con exclusives, I have an 8-bit Dig Dug. I have some classic Mortal Kombat, Sonic the Hedgehog. But there really weren't that many that I personally collected because there aren't that many video games that I played. And the truth of the matter is, Funko is never going to get a Nintendo license outside of Pokemon. So there's going to be no Mario or Legend of Zelda, at least I think for now, but, you know, Nintendo, if they made Funko Pops, I definitely collect some of those, because I played more Nintendo games than other video games out there in regards to companies, and I also do have a Mega Man and Dr. Wily that I'm very proud of. But World of Warcraft is a game that I played for a solid 10 years of my life. I very much enjoyed playing that game. Just remember going to get together with friends, talking on Ventrilo, going into dungeons and raids, just having a good time with people. And I even remember that some of the earlier Funko Pops that came out was the Warcraft movie Pops. I have the entire set. I don't know if you can even find those anymore, and I have no idea if they're even worth anything. But when I found out that they were going to be making a World of Warcraft video games box with Wrath of the Lich King, featuring a pop of the Lich King over at GameStop, also the fact that it glows in the dark is pretty cool, I wasn't sure off the bat if I wanted to pick it up. I even pre-ordered it once, and then I canceled my pre-order, but then when I actually started to see this pop showing up in stores, and I got to get a good look at the Lich King pop, I was like, wow, this is much more dynamic and very well sculpted. I did not know what I was missing, so I was able to grab one physically at a GameStop store, and I really like it. I mean, first of course, you've got in the background, you've got the World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King video game box, and considering the fact that we live in a world now where you don't even buy physical games, you literally just download them. I mean, that was one of the biggest treats of buying Warcraft games, actually getting the boxes and looking at the content in the back of the box, inside the box. It was really, really cool, all the artwork and stuff, but I love the fact that we're at least preserving one of the video game boxes, because the truth of the matter is, the Wrath of the Lich King from World of Warcraft was the best expansion in the game. I mean, I think it would be fun if they wanted to make a Mists of Pandaria one, because I would love a little Pandarian Funko Pop, but I don't think we're going to get that. But anyway, the Lich King, also known as Prince Arthas, if you are a Warcraft player, like I am. This is a fantastic pop. I mean, the details on the crown, as well as down here, you can see the details on Frostmourne. I love the fluid, dynamic pose that he is in. This, and I also love the stand, the little block of snow. This is a really gorgeous, gorgeous Funko Pop. And I mean, you take a look at the drawn picture of him on the side of the box. This really does not look what he looks like when you actually see him in person, physically inside the box. This is beautiful. And of course, on the back, you get the full-blown picture of the video game box. This is a very good pop. I'm very, very glad that I decided at the end to actually add this one to my collection, because this is a piece of my life. I spent a lot of time playing World of Warcraft. I still have a friend or two that still do play World of Warcraft. And the thing that I love the most about Warcraft is its story. And that's why, even though I may not be playing the game, I am living vicariously through the World of Warcraft Chronicle books that are coming out from Dark Horse. So I'm still able to see what's going on in the stories, and I'm really excited because Volume 4 came out just a couple of months ago, and the content in that chronicle are based on some of the games that I have not played, and right now they're in the middle of the War Within trilogy, and a lot of people are loving the new worlds that they're able to go explore with their characters. I'm looking forward to getting a piece of the action there in due time, and that's basically what I've got for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave a comment in the box below. Let me know what pops you picked up in the month of April. Let me know if there's anything that I might have missed. Are you excited for what's going on with the cons coming up? Do you think we're going to see some good exclusives? And also, one of the big news was the fact that sodas are no longer going to be made by Funko. And I am personally happy about the fact that the amount of sodas and the soda figures that I have, I'm very satisfied with the collection. So in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed the video you just watched, feel free to leave a comment. Also, feel free to subscribe if you want to be up to date with our latest videos. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.